Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we will discuss about the making and delivering of an oral presentation. This is part of your practical of course PBG 606. So first of all, uh, we have to understand that a presentation that we are going to deliver, what that presentation is about, means you must understand where you have to present and what type of audience would be there. So the presentation topic and presentation conditions must be understood by the presenter. The questions before you are going to present, you need to ask are to whom you are presenting, means who are the audience you are going to present, and then how much they do know about the topic. You must understand that if you are going to present to a community like a farmer community, and you are going to present a very new technique and new technology, the response would be different. And if you are going to present to a very well aware community, like you are going to present a topic to professors or to a well educated community, then the preparation would be different. So how educated and sophisticated they are, and how large is the audience. So before preparing a presentation, all these points must be kept in mind. Then the time you are allowed to present, that must be kept in mind before you start to prepare your presentation. And the purpose of presentation should also be kept in mind before you start preparing your presentation, because there are three different types of presentations normally. Some presentations are to inform audience about some information, and then if you already presented some topic and you are going to pursue it, then the presentation mode would be different. And if it is just an entertaining presentation, the preparation of the presentation would be different. So the purpose of presentation should be well known to the presenter. Then what do you want to convey? This is also very important thing. So when you know all these things, you must know your subject as well. So if you are well aware of the subject and you have knowledge of the subject, you will be enthusiastic, and you must know more knowledge about the subject you are going to present. So someone said that the brain starts working the moment you are born and never stops until you get up to speak in public. So speaking in public is difficult, but why it is difficult? Because we have fear. So fear of failing, fear of audience. But this fear is good in some sense. Fear of audience actually pushes you to prepare for your topic and to have good preparation and to have a good presentation of your topic. And similarly, if you are nervous of the audience and nervous in front of audience, that actually pumps up you to deliver better. And if you overcome this fear, you will deliver best of your potential. Then elements of good presentation. What could be the best presentation? A good presentation have clear purpose or objective, sufficient material, but it should not be too lengthy or too short. It should be very informative and sufficient. And a good organization makes a presentation good. If you have small quantity of material in your presentation and you organize it in a well good manner, then a presentation would be obviously good. An important point is the presentation should meet needs of audience. Means, as we have talked earlier, that the audience and presenter, if presenter is going to communicate with audience, presenter must know who the audience are to whom he is going to speak and what they expect from the presenter. If a speaker is going to present a topic and farmer is sitting in front of the speaker, they expect that the person is going to tell them some technique that is beneficial for them. And if speaker speaks some very hi-fi scientific knowledge in front of those, the audience will not be satisfied because they are not sitting there to acquire some scientific knowledge. Rather, they are waiting for some information useful for them. So, whenever you present, you must keep your audience in your mind, and your presentation must meet the needs of our audience. So, this is a very important point that you need to be kept in mind. Then, for the ear to hear as well as eyes to see, it means you present your topic, and when you speak, you should be loud, and when you present, it should be catchy. Means when you are speaking, your speaking power should be good. You should speak loudly and in a well behaved manner, and then when you are going to present, your contents should be catchy to the eyes so that people could see the things you are going to present, and your body language should be well managed. Then whenever you speak about some topic, you must have some stories or examples in it so that you can grab the attention of the audience. So outlining of presentation is necessary. When we organize a presentation and we outline it, it has a good coordination with the contents. So methods of organization could be chronological or sequential. It must have at least 3 points. Those points include problem you're going to state, then causes of the problem, and the solution. So if you discuss problem too much and you miss the causes of the problem, you will not be able to answer the solution. So all these contents should be well satisfied in the contents. And then there must be some examples and stories in it. So preparing the outline, we must state purpose and main idea of the presentation that will be presented, and then organizing major points and sub points and then identify introduction, body, and close. Because the introduction is very important, because when you introduce a topic, you're actually going to make basic or base for your presentation, or base for the body of the presentation, that the topic you're going to discuss. So introduction should be catchy, and it should be very informative and very effective. Then body, it actually includes the material that you have to discuss with the audience, and then at the end it should be closed in a very attractive and very good manner, so that the main crux of the story is discussed. Then when you are presenting, transitions in the presentation should be shown, so that different level of the presentation are well delivered. Then bibliography of the sources should also be presented, and a compelling title should be given to the presentation, so that it attracts the audience, and it grabs attention of the audience you're going to present. Outlining the presentation, open. Open means you must have a good introductory sentences, then transition, point 1, example, then transition, point 2, example, transition, point 3, then example, then transition. This transition means you are managing your contents. That point 1 is visible first, then example is visible for the point 1. Then when you discuss point 2, it will appear at the time you have completed your point 1. So if you are showing all the points at once, it will not be as attractive as if you show the points you are going to discuss one by one. So when you are going to discuss point 1, you display point 1, and then when you finished the discussing point 1, you show point 2, and so on. Then opening, about opening, it should be crucial, and it actually sets the tone of the presenter, and it should be very catchy, because you need to grab the attention of the audience. So if your opening is attractive enough, the audience will be involved with the presentation. Types of opening: preview. You can ask a question in the beginning, or rhetorical question, pose a hypothetical situation, or describe something new or dramatic, and make a starting statement. So all these types of opening are aimed to grab attention, or to involve the audience with the speaker, so that a presenter could gain some enthusiasm from the audience, as it gets some important. Okay, so to deliver a good presentation, the speaker should be enthusiastic, and the body language should be enthusiastic as well. And he or she should use the body language to deliver the presentation, and talk to the audience. This is also important while delivering a presentation, because if you only deliver your presentation and doesn't listen or doesn't speak to the audience, it makes the seminar boring, because audience are just listening, they have no involvement. So talking to the audience makes your presentation attractive, and makes your presentation makes your audience involved in the presentation. Then dressing appropriately is also key to successful presentation, because when you are presenting, your body should be decent. You should look decent to the audience, and you if you're dressed up in a proper way, your body language will be more improved. Then closing the presentation. This is also very important, because when you are presenting a topic, and the audience are listening and they are waiting for some concluding remarks. So if you miss the important concluding remarks in the closing, the whole of the effort you made while presenting would be useless. So it is very important for a presenter to to, to, to close the presentation in a good manner. So it's very important. Lord said that a speech is like a love affair. Any fool can start one, but to end it requires considerable skill. So if you speak very good in the beginning, but you cannot finish it, people will dislike it. Last chance to tell what to know and what to do, because at the end you have to give your message, direct, brief, and strong. As you're going to close your presentation, the message at the end will be actually the take-home message. So it should be direct, brief, and strong. So there are different closing styles. You can summarize the whole presentation, call to action, anecdote or story, or some question. So summary element of good presentation. Be clear about its purpose, prepare, have an attention getting opening, make the contents organized and interesting, be enthusiastic while presenting, talk to the audience, involve audience, have a memorable closing. So after all this, I think you're ready to do an effective representation, and we are looking forward for some demo presentations from you. So thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you very much.